Oh, so did you see this, Leroy?
Yes.
So are you familiar with D'Angelo Russell? He's been on like 9 teams in 4 years, but he's on the Timberwolves now.
Right. Right.
He was on the
He's a
JJ
good
Red.
player, isn't he?
He's a good player. He's a good player. He's
Right.
he went to. We all thought it was very weird that he ended up with on the Warriors, and we're like, that's not going to last. And of course, it didn't last. He ended up back on the Timberwolves with his guy Karl Anthony Towns. They're very close. It seemed all very odd. Remember, he was in the trade for Kevin Durant.
Right.
With the whole sign trade, so he's been around the block, but he had a good year with the Brooklyn Nets, where he put up a lot of points.
Yeah.
I believe he is like the current like face of the Way of Wades. He's the wearer of Way of Wades, D'Angelo Russell. So anyway, he was on the JJ Redick podcast, and he was asked about if he were to start a franchise for the next 10 years. He couldn't pick Karl Anthony Towns. He couldn't pick his guy, and he couldn't pick him. Those were the only parameters. Who would he pick to start a franchise? And he says, honestly, the way the league's going, I'm going to go with Bam. When you have somebody that big and versatile on the defensive end, he brings so much on the offensive end. The way he's going, you see him guarding Giannis throughout the season. He makes that matchup tough for him. I'm going with Bam for sure. Pretty cool.
I'm thinking.
This dude's peers love him.
I know. They like his personality. Dude is like, he is very personable. He doesn't get caught up in all that back and forth with anybody. Everybody loves him. I would say this though. If you're gonna start a franchise, I'm just wondering, do you want a guy that's more offensively inclined?
I don't know, because I think that's one of those things where maybe he feels like plenty of guys, a lot of guys can score. D'Angelo Russell can score. Karl Anthony Towns can score. What are they doing? Nothing. Looking up at the standings.
All right.
Karl Anthony Towns looked upon as probably one of the most skilled offensive bigs in the league.
Yeah.
Guy can't do squadoosh on defense.
It's amazing because we look at him the same way we look at Anthony Davis, but he's not even close.
No, not from the standpoint of all around.
In fact, that's what made him, because of it. Anthony Davis was how many years before him?
2, I think. I think Karl's 2 years younger.
Here, because of Anthony Davis, everybody went crazy when Karl Anthony Towns was coming through the draft, right? Because of Anthony Davis and the size and the skill set. But they've gone in two different directions because, one, I'm going to call it the old Philadelphia 76ers theory.
Loser mentality?
Right. It's loser mentality. That guy, like, anytime anything ever got tough or anybody challenged them, right, they cried. They complained. You can't win like that. Winning is uncomfortable. You have to do things that, whether it's working hard, whether it's doing things that you don't necessarily want to do during the course of the game, whether it's forcing yourself to play defense. Winning is uncomfortable. Nobody says winning is easy.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Karl Anthony Towns can score the hell out of the basketball for sure. But I do think that there's part of that where, listen, he has grandma arms. I don't think Jimmy Butler liked that. Jimmy Butler likes guys who work hard. He was the number 1 overall pick. Jimmy Butler and top picks, they don't seem to jive too well. Like, I was reading this stuff about, this great interview with that Jimmy did with The Athletic, and he was just talking about, just how hard Bam works and that, like, they just clicked on nobody believing in them, to be guys. And that, like, nobody... He's like Bam was a 9th guy. I was a 9th guy. Like there's just something to that where don't fall for all the people who are gonna like kiss your ass just because you're good now when they weren't giving a rat's ass about you 2 years ago.
Which is funny because that's kind of how the Heat motivate their guys.
Right. It is.
And which makes it even more amazing is how Tyler because they don't give young guys anything. They make them go through that process of nobody thinks I can play. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna work hard, and that's kind of what motivates them.
Well,
What do you say about Tyler?
It's funny you mentioned that, Robbie. Can you get Jay Crowder from yesterday? Because he had Barry Jackson asked him about that, and he had an interesting theory on why Tyler's not only so good in good pressure moments, but why the team trusts him. And he didn't mean just the team like the front office. He meant like the players, why they all trust him. And I just think that we see Tyler as this swaggering young man, wears scarves. He has a hot Instagram model girlfriend. He's the best drip here. He talks trash, but he is apparently one of the hardest workers on the team at 20. Like they say that he is a gym rat. He's in there at all times. He has that Jimmy Butler influence on him. And because of that they trust him in these moments. Not only that, they think that he thinks that not only helps him to believe in himself, but that the team doesn't have a problem with a young guy being in those big spots because they know he works his ass off.
I have not saw it yet. I mean, I just think that comes from the work he puts in. I mean, all those shots you see him take late, as a team, as a unit, we're okay with him taking it because we know he's putting in the work. I can see if he was a young guy, he didn't come in, he don't like being in the gym, he don't like to work, and he wants to take the big shots. That's a different story. But he's the total opposite. He puts in the work, and each guy sees it, each coach sees it, and we're right behind him. We feed him energy. He's on the court to make plays. We all know that, and that's what he's been doing thus far. So I think his confidence really comes from the work he puts in on the court. When the lights are not on, it's definitely playing off, and he keeps that. He have a great career.
So I think it's one of those things where, like, we look at Tyler because his first skill set is offense. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's not working hard on his defense. He's just got more of a room to go there, and his hard work is probably just paying off way bigger dividends on offense because that's what he's good at. He's just got that skill set. He looks like he has a veteran bag of tricks on his moves.
Here's the other thing is that a lot of the time and this is no fault of our own, we look at that a certain way simply because how the Heat have treated young guys.
Yep.
You see what I mean? So to see this exception to the rule, you have questions as to why. Every player that has been asked about Tyler Herro has basically echoed the same sentiments of Jay Crowder. That, hey, man, it's not like they just gave it to him. He came to the gym and earned it. He just happens to be young.
20 years old. Crazy. Goran Dragić, Heat point guard. Lovable, adorable. He's the best. And this is him with ESPN mic'd up.
Yeah, dunk. I like it, dunk. Keep shooting. Good time, good time. Let's go. Hey, be aggressive.
Now, if you couldn't tell at the end there, he's doing his handshake with Tyler Herro. And what they do, Leroy, is they do a handshake, they do a thumb war, and then Gogi gives him the horns and goes, meh. Makes me so happy.
Like, it's amazing how much of a simpleton you are at times.
Why? Why am I?
Just like you're a grown-ass man, and look at what excites you.
He's Slovenian, does the goat.
He's Slovenian. Exactly, that's it.
He doesn't even do it like the way everybody else does with the one horn. He does two horns. He does full goat. Oh, it makes me tremendous. That doesn't make you happy?
I like Goran. I've never tried to trade him.
You never try to trade anybody, though. You always, whenever I bust out the trade machine and I take the blanket off her and dust her off, you're always like,
because
here we go.
It's not real. It's like Play World. Like as soon as somebody's name get mentioned, everybody run to the trade machine. That's not reality.
Baby goats. Bah.
My poor I'm so disappointed.
Would you like some more? Why? Which one is done? The Keanu Reeves one that you got smoked in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, man. It's okay. Keanu Reeves is more beloved than Nick Cage, and he's a better actor.
Where's the awards?
Awards are for suckers.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you say that the next time you get on somebody for not winning a championship.
These awards are highfalutin for highfalutin movies.
You know what I found? I found hilarious was I was speaking of awards. I saw what was it? It was the MVP, the Rookie of the Year came out, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Robbie, it doesn't look like we're gonna. I imagine. I don't think we're gonna get. I think they're doing these like once a week, so I don't think we're gonna get MVP. It feels like they're doing one big award a week, right? Because they gave.
Stretch it out.
When did they give MIP away? They gave that away before Game 1.
Yes.
And now they did this. So, I don't know. Maybe MVP is Sunday. Maybe it's not till next week. Going to be depressing for Giannis if he gets swept and he gets the MVP. That's going to be tough.
I know. That's why they need to hurry up and give it away.
But anyway, Bleacher Report tweeted out voting breakdown of the Rookie of the Year first place votes. Ja Morant, 99. Zion, 1. And Taylor Rooks for Bleacher Report, she is called for somebody to stop being what's the word? Stop hiding. She wants the person who didn't vote Zion or didn't vote Ja Morant first overall to reveal themselves.
You don't have to. You know who it is. It's the writer from New Orleans.
You think
Get
so?
out of here.
Are they allowed to vote for their own guy?
Did they have to do that? Like, wasn't that a thing though? Didn't we used to find out who voted for everybody? That was a thing for a while.
Like, didn't we do this with Jeter too? Who's the one guy who didn't vote Jeter into the Hall of Fame?
No, but
Unanimous.
there's a difference that like the one thing with the Jeter not being unanimous, like that to me should have been done. Like, because we already got past the unanimous hill because Mariano Rivera was unanimous. That guy should have been exposed. But even if this was MVP, I could see the argument because all right, unanimous MVP, you know, that's a thing. When Steph Curry got unanimous MVP, that was a thing. Ja Morant, unanimous Rookie of the Year, is that a thing? Do people care about that?
No. Dude, here's the thing though.
She writes, "Who was the one person that stopped this from being unanimous? Show yourself."
What if it was?
I'm not gonna care. They don't announce it.
What if it was her?
And Levitard responds, "It was me."
Send his vote to Deadspin.
Yep. Then Ja Morant goes, "Tell him again. Ja Morant needs to be unanimous. He's got your trophies there. You're hanging out with Mike Miller. It's a good time."
Right. Like, I don't understand. Like, now it's like the same thing, first ballot Hall of Famer versus Hall of Famer. Once you're in the Hall of Fame, they don't announce you by first-time ballot Hall of Famer. They just announce you as Hall of Famer. So who cares?
I mean, T.O. got kind of a raw deal.
He did get screwed. But guess what? Now that he's a Hall of Famer, are they going to mention it?
Well,
like, he
we're-
got screwed for not getting in the first ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean, automatically you think of his speech he gave. He refused to go to the hall. He did his speech from Chattanooga. You're always going to think about that.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
I might think about
of him
that.
as a Hall of Famer. That's it.
Yeah, but a bitter Hall of Famer.
Now I'm going to think of him as exposed by Leroy Horde because he runs a fake 4-4. That's how I think of him.
Please. 4-4. But like, you see that running. That didn't look like 4-4.
Here's one more piece of silly sauce from Heat practice yesterday. So this is Jay Crowder. He's starting his media session, and Jay Crowder's getting badgered by his former college teammate, Jimmy Butler. And he's saying, if you give my coffee a shout-out, I'll give you a free cup, because Jimmy is not giving away any free cups. It's $20 a cup of coffee. By the way, I don't know if it's Myers Leonard's hands or if the cups are that small, but these look like cheap-ass cups that he's giving out, Leroy. I'm going to be honest with you.
For $20, you should get a commemorative mug.
Yeah, it should have like Big Face coffee ingrained in it for $20.
And free refills.
And free refills. Myers Leonard was holding a cup yesterday from Jimmy Butler. It looked like he was waiting in like the auto dealership, like waiting for his car to get detailed. Those terrible cups of coffee. Anyway, here's Jay Crowder getting badgered by Jimmy Butler.
Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, Jay. Good afternoon.
Hey, Jay. How you doing? Jay.
Thanks. How?
I'm listening.
Appreciate it.
Jimmy said he wants me to tell you guys Big Face Coffee is doing good.
Thank you, sir.
Still did it though. $20, doesn't have to pay it. This team's a hoot.
Hey,
They are a hoot.
winning is fun.
Winning is fun. Who would have thought?
Hey, teams that are winning, except for the Lakers, with Kobe and Shaq, normally they have a good time.
We'll take a quick break. We'll get you caught up with your headlines. Last hour of the show on a Friday before we go and celebrate. Get ready.
Extended weekend.
Although we are working on Monday. We will be working on Monday to react to Heat Game 4, Heat and Bucks
I'm
Game 4.
going to be working while I'm smoking my meat.
Yep. And he's not doing that as a metaphor, even though it's going to be a Sans Pants Monday. He's just saying that he is going to be out there getting his ribs ready for the fam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Back after this.